Welcome to Kosovo. This young European nation is essentially building a democracy from scratch while the world watches. It is like watching someone construct a house while living in it. Ambitious, impressive, and full of challenges. Let's explore this fascinating country where complexity meets determination. First, let's celebrate Kosovo's amazing diversity. With around 1.6 million people, Kosovo packs incredible cultural richness into a small space, with Kosovo Albanians being the biggest group and Kosovo Serbs second. Next to this, Kosovo has 6 different minority communities. You'll hear Albanian, Serbian, Turkish, and Romani across the country, each community maintaining its own rich cultural identity. The capital, written differently depending on who you ask, is home to 200,000 people and beautifully combines Ottoman history, Yugoslav architecture, and vibrant modern cafe culture. Kosovo declared independence in 2008, making it one of Europe's youngest countries. While most countries recognize Kosovo, including the US, not all EU countries do so. Some like Spain, Greece, Serbia, and Russia still don't. A complexity that Kosovo has to navigate through. To understand modern Kosovo, we need to explore the layers of history that shaped it. Like much of Eastern Europe, Kosovo, as part of Yugoslavia, was under communist rule for decades, where the state owned most property, provided guaranteed jobs, and controlled the economy centrally. When that system collapsed in the 1990s, it left behind unique challenges. Take property rights, for example. Many transactions happened informally during the communist era and chaotic 1990s. Handshakes instead of official documents. When war came in 1998 to 99, many people, especially minorities, lost their paperwork entirely. In response to this, Kosovo's civil society created comprehensive programs to help people register their properties. They provide free legal aid, help navigate registration processes, and offer financial support for documentation. The 1998-99 Kosovo War was devastating, but it also forged Kosovo's identity in profound ways. Unlike some post-conflict societies where war damage remains visible, Kosovo focused on rebuilding quickly. More importantly, the war created Kosovo's strong commitment to democracy, human rights, and international law. This history also explains Kosovo's incredibly strong relationship with NATO and the US, who intervened to stop ethnic cleansing. Rather than creating dependency, this experience strengthened Kosovo's commitment to being a reliable international partner. Here's where Kosovo gets really innovative. How do you build institutions that work for multiple ethnic groups with complex histories? They reserve 20 seats in their 120-seat parliament specifically for minorities, 10 for Serbs and 10 for other communities. That's a big chunk of parliament reserved for minorities, who make up a small percent of the population. This isn't just tokenism. These representatives have real power, including veto rights over certain constitutional changes. It's one of Europe's most sophisticated minority protection systems, ensuring that minority voices aren't drowned out. In fact, the minority protection is so strong that at the moment this system is creating a painful deadlock. Any constitutional change requires approval of these minority seats in the assembly. A change to the constitution is now needed in the ongoing anti-corruption efforts. But what do you think happens when the majority of the minority seats are held by corrupt officials? Exactly, they block it. 8 out of 10 Serbian representatives do exactly that. Then sadly, the very veto powers designed to protect minorities and to favor inclusion are abused to preserve the corrupt status quo. Kosovo has built comprehensive legal frameworks, anti-corruption agencies, whistleblower protection, asset declaration requirements. The struggle? Many of these systems exist more on paper than in practice. Take anti-corruption efforts. Officials have to declare their assets, but when they don't or don't do it properly, the penalties are often too weak to matter. More importantly, because the Agency for Prevention of Corruption does not follow up on every conflict of interest or other breach, it has been criticized as being selective. Another example of the paper reality in Kosovo is seen in the Constitutional Court repeatedly striking down major reforms as unconstitutional. Not because the court is obstructionist, but because Kosovo's institutions are rushing reforms without proper legal groundwork. Justice system reforms, asset confiscation laws, parts of public employment law, all ruled unconstitutional. Apart from the papers looking better than reality, the country functioned fine until now. Sadly, currently it is stuck in a democratic deadlock, and one could even say dysfunction. And it's not just the corrupt representatives blocking reforms, it is an assembly-wide problem. After elections, the parliament or Kosovo Assembly needs to be officially installed. In order to do this, it needs a speaker. Without the speaker, the assembly cannot function and the political side of the country is on pause. The problem at the moment is that the largest party has suggested a speaker, but that speaker has been rejected by the majority. No functioning assembly as a consequence. Well, you vote again, you say. Of course, that's the simple solution. Except the largest party has proposed the same guy again and again, and each time he has been rejected. This already happened a staggering 54 times. The Constitutional Court finally stepped in with a solution. Maximum 3 nominations are from now on allowed per candidate, and there is a 30-day deadline for resolution. This is democratic gridlock that required judicial intervention to resolve. We will have to see what will happen next. Kosovo has built remarkable international relationships despite its young age, showing sophisticated diplomatic strategy. Kosovo maintains one of the strongest pro-American relationships in Europe, rooted in historical gratitude but sustained by shared democratic values and reliable partnership. Moreover, Kosovo is consistently the most pro-EU country in the region. While EU support is dropping elsewhere in the Balkans, Kosovo's enthusiasm remains strong across all communities. And here's Kosovo's most impressive strategic move. They align all new laws with EU standards. Every single piece of legislation gets checked against EU requirements, even though Kosovo isn't officially an EU candidate yet. Even more interesting, they already use the euro as their official currency, and they have been since 2002. But this is a one-sided decision. They are not a member of the Eurogroup or anything formal like that. They just use the euros instead of creating their own currency, a clever solution that saves them from creating and managing their own money. Though it does mean the monetary policy is set by the EU without their input. It's a smart trade-off for a young nation-building trust. Let's end with what makes Kosovo truly special, its people and culture. Kosovo has a strong civil society in the Balkans. These organizations are doing incredible work, training young people in democratic participation, providing free legal aid, monitoring elections, bridging community divides, and advocating for inclusive representation. What makes them special? They focus on practical solutions and long-term empowerment, not just short-term projects. They're building citizens who stay engaged, creating the foundation for an even stronger democracy. Importantly, they focus on youth empowerment and participation. With the majority of the population under 30, this is important work for the future. And then there's Kosovo's incredible cultural scene. Every summer, 70,000 people from across the region flock to Kosovo for the Sunny Hill Festival. Dua Lipa, coming from Kosovo, performs alongside local artists, creating this incredible celebration that brings people together across ethnic and national lines. Kosovo may be small and young, but it's tackling some of the most complex challenges in modern democracy with creativity and determination. Yes, there are challenges. Government formation can be complex, implementation takes time, and building trust across communities requires patience. But from innovative minority representation to proactive EU alignment, from vibrant civil society to cultural celebration, Kosovo is proving that democracy is an ongoing project that includes everyone. Want to learn more about Kosovo and other innovative democracies? Subscribe for more Volt Explainers, where we explore how societies build better futures together.